Ajole dun kó dàbí ilé làbọ̀ sí mi oko.
Àwínà lòǹgbòǹgbà. Gàtù.
This one goes to all my fellow Africans living far away and away from their hometowns.
Hello and welcome to Global Culture. I'm Shay Hopewell. I'm really happy to be here. I'm excited to be on television talking to you. And I have a really great guest in my studio today. He's right by me and I can't wait for you to meet him and know all about him. I've been talking to him for the last few minutes and now you can meet the artist in the studio today. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing,
I'm
Shay?
good. Can you tell the world your name and where you're from?
My name is JayArr, and I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa.
JayArr.
Yes.
JayArr. What does that mean? Is it abbreviated for something? Is it short? Is it a pet name? What is that?
JayArr is actually junior. My full name is Kabine Bangura, and so I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
And growing up, I mean, people always call me junior.
Junior.
But as you get older, you know, I wanted to change it to JayArr. You know?
Okay, cool. So you're doing music now. So you're senior. You're going to be senior in music now, right?
Hopefully.
Okay, cool.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your background.
My background, I mean, born in Sierra Leone, born in a small town in the northern part of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
And I lived there, left my work, actually, that's the name of the town, left there in 1985.
Okay.
And then I moved to Freetown.
Okay.
I lived in Freetown for a little while and then came to the U.S.
Came to the U.S. What age was that?
I was 14 when I came to the U.S.
14. And what age did music grab you, or you grab music? Which way? Tell us about that.
I'll say when I was 12, right after I moved to Freetown,
Okay.
the neighborhood where I lived, there was an older gentleman that always played the guitar.
Okay.
And you know, pretty soon I started hanging out with him while he was playing the guitar. And
Okay.
I grew up listening to Bob Marley and a lot of reggae music. So I'll be singing the songs that he plays because he normally will play Bob Marley songs.
Oh, wow.
And pretty soon, you know, people started gathering, and every evening they anticipated me coming out and singing and he playing the guitar.
Oh, wow.
And so he kind of started from there. And then when I moved to the States, I just kept doing talent shows. While I was in high school, you know, did musicals. I went to Blair High School in Silver Spring,
Oh, you
Maryland.
did?
Yes.
Awesome.
So
I'm sure all the Blair High School ex-students and stuff, do you still keep in touch with them?
my classmates, the guys that I graduated with, and yeah, I've been to my high school reunion. Not trying to tell my age, but yeah, I went to my 10-year high school reunion and hung out with most of the guys that I graduated with.
Okay, now what type of impact do you feel that these older legends had on you? Bob Marley, you mentioned earlier. What kind of impact did they have on you?
Oh, huge, tremendous. I'll go first with the legends of Sierra Leone music. You know, artists like Steady Bongo, Bonnie Mac, Dr. Olo, you know, artists like that, MB Attila. Those guys paved the way for myself, and most of the Sierra Leone artists that are coming through right now. You know, the type of music they played, the trials and tribulations they went through, how they, you know, kind of navigated through them, and, you know, basically making music what it is right now in Sierra Leone. You know, I remember when I was younger, you know, sneaking into the dance hall and yeah, and watching them, you know, play, and you know, my mom looking all over for me. Sorry, Mom.
Now, I know people are wondering, I mean, I hear this all the time, it may be a stereotype, but now, when you see dreadlocks, you think automatically reggae.
Yes.
Now, did dreadlocks push you to reggae, or did reggae get you to start your dreadlocks? Tell me about that.
It's neither of them happened. I just, I've always wanted to grow dreadlocks. I guess I was fascinated. Obviously, Bob Marley is somebody that I grew up listening to and following very closely. Same with Lucky Dube and Alpha Blondie. So, you know, these are people that I listen to their music all the time. And so for me, growing dreadlocks was just something that I wanted to do. But I didn't start growing my dreadlocks till way back.
Okay.
And then I cut them off because I was in the military for a while.
Oh, wow.
And then when I got out the military, I started.
You started growing them back. Okay, now your album's about to drop.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's congratulations on that. First of all,
thank you very much.
I'm very proud of artists who are doing their thing, pursuing their dreams.
Right.
I always want to ask, what formed you? or who were you? You mentioned Bob Marley, but what really formed this musical aspect about you?
I mean, you mean reggae music?
I mean, it could have been R&B, it could have been
Right.
hip hop, it could be anything, but why reggae?
I would say my dad, because that's all he played at home. You know, growing up, that's all I listened to. I mean, he played other stuff, but primarily it was always reggae music. And so that's basically what I grew up, you know, listening to. And I sort of just gravitated to it, you know. Again, you know, I fell in love with the style of music, the message that's in it, and you know, whether it's love or whether it's talking about social economic issues, you know, things like that, you know. So I just kind of, you know, love it. And
Great thing that you mentioned that about the message, which was my next question.
Right.
What is the message of your music?
It depends what I am talking about at the time. I mean, I've talked about stuff that has to do with, you know, war and peace. I've talked about, you know, a kid in the street that's selling drugs that will end up getting killed, or somebody that went to war and never came back. You know, so it just depends. In my new album, I have a song called Raindrops. You know, that I was basically talking about, you know,
Rain?
Well, rain per se, but in a metaphor. Yeah, in a metaphor. And basically speaking to the fact that maybe God is crying because, you know, the world is so evil and things like that. You know, so and I wrote that song. I was in Sierra Leone, and it kind of just hit me because it was raining really, really hard that day, and the song just came to me. So I write songs like that. But I also write love songs, you know, yeah, relationship songs.
People want to hear about that. Basically, brother is deep. He's very deep. Now, if you had one particular artist, somebody that you look up to stay in the studio and sing with, who would that be?
Oh, wow. I mean, if he can wake up right now from the dead and come back, there's only one person. That's Bob Marley, man. There's, hands down, no questions asked. I mean, if you want to go with somebody that's alive today, the person that I would want to be in the studio with, one that I look up to so much is Luciano. Very conscious, very conscious. All his songs, just about every song that he sings, is there's a deep message to it. The only other person outside of that is Barry Simon, because that guy, every song that he sings is like he's been in all types of relationships. Love songs, I mean, anything that you want to think about that has to do with love, he sang about it.
He sang about it, wow.
Yeah, so.
I don't know how many songs you can sing about love, but you can keep reinventing the wheel. With every person, it's different, so. Yeah. But on this album, how many tracks are on there?
There's 14 songs on this album.
14?
Yes, yes. I actually had 19 songs to choose from, so it was kind of hard narrowing down to 14, but I did it, and it was a tough decision.
I can imagine. Of all the songs, of all those 14 songs, pick one.
Wow.
And just, you know, blow for me real quick. Just.
Oh, you want me to sing?
You just go for it. Go for it.
Oh, the song that I'm going to sing is not on this album. I was singing for you the song that everybody know about me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is JayArr. Go ahead.
So, born Sierra Leonean. For you guys that don't know, that's my nickname, first of all. I am a born Sierra Leonean. No matter where I go, no matter where I do. I am a born Sierra Leonean. Said I'm in love with the green, white, and blue. Sweet Mama Salone, thank you for giving birth to me. Since my first days on earth, nurtured and nurtured me. Left here a long time ago, and went on to Babylon. Now that I have returned to you, the land where I was born. Unless one know where they coming from. One can never get to where they wanting to go. Now that I'm here, sweet Mama Salome, oh please, please. I'm a born Sierra Leone.
Oh man.
No matter where I go, no matter where I do, I am a born Sierra Leonean. Said I'm in love with the green, white, and blue.
Nice one, brother. I'm a born Nigerian, love with the green, white, green.
That's what's up.
Oh man, that's
what's up.
really great. I'm respect.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely, thrilled. I can't wait to hear the remaining, songs on your album.
No doubt.
And you have how many albums out already?
This is my third album.
This is your third
Yeah,
album.
the Born Sierra Leonean song that I just sang was my very first.
Really?
Yes.
How long ago?
2006.
Oh my.
Yes.
And you have a long way to go, a long journey.
So many
Long
messages
journey.
I gotta put out. So yes,
Oh,
I'm
man.
really and truly looking forward to continuing this.
Have you ever met, high school students, college students? When they come up to you, what do they typically say or ask?
The students that I've come in contact with, I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh, you do?
And so when I go to her school, when she was in grade school, I'll meet with other students, her friends and stuff like that will come up to me, and I'll just tell them, I mean, the things that that I believe in, that I tell my daughter is what I tell them, the same thing. Just if you have a goal, don't let nothing get in your way. You're gonna have obstacles. There's gonna be trials and tribulations. There's gonna be all kinds of things getting in your way. But if you stay focused, you have your goal and you stay focused, and you put yourself in the position to basically be successful. Don't do something because somebody else is doing it.
Absolutely.
Do it because you love it.
Absolutely.
For me, with music, there's been a lot of things that have gotten in my way, but I've not swayed or sit down and say, I wish I didn't do this. No, I'm doing music because I love it, and everything as it happens, is basically gravy for me, because
Absolutely.
if I end up making money off of it, or if I end up getting a million fans off of it, all of that is just extra.
Right.
The first and foremost is I love music. I enjoy the creativity. I enjoy going in the studio. I enjoy having a concept in my head and actually making it become a song that somebody can listen to and say, wow, I can relate to that.
Right.
So for me, the the creative process is more important to me.
Now, talking about things that you've been through, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but give me one example of something that you feel like could really turned your life around in some way, shape, or manner. You mentioned that you were in the military.
Right.
Now, give me an instance where this particular issue in your life shaped you.
I'll tell you what. I mean, when I was in high school, I didn't really think about the military much. I didn't want to join the army. I was nothing like that. So, needless to say, a lot of people were shocked when they heard, he's going to the army. But when I joined the army, I was thinking about, okay, I needed money for school, and and then I wanted to, go to college and all of this stuff. So I joined the army, and I was in the reserves. But the crowd of the people that I was hanging out with at the time were not good for me.
Right.
And I realized that, real quickly that, I probably think I was 19 or 20. I just came back from boot camp, and I was in the reserves doing my own thing, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I called my recruiter. I said, look, I need to go active duty.